We have all waited over 19 years for this news.
A nearly 20-year-old Sarasota murder case solved. Tonight, we find out more about the accused killer and what he's been doing for the last 2 decades. Plus, why Democratic congressional candidate David Shapiro is apologizing today on behalf of his son. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Jacqueline is on assignment this evening. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news, new DNA evidence has cracked open a nearly 20-year-old cold case in Sarasota. Now the man who deputies believe killed Deborah Dalzell in 1999 is behind bars. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the home where Dalzell was murdered on Colony Meadows Lane in Sarasota tonight. Jess?
Scott, this is where deputies say Deborah Dalzell was brutally beaten, sexually assaulted, gagged with a sock, and strangled. And after thousands of hours of investigative work and hundreds of DNA samples, deputies say they have their killer.
For 20 years, he has been able to see the sun, breathe the air, smell flowers. May today be the last day.
Peggy Thistle finally has a name and a face for the monster that deputies say brutally murdered her sister, Deborah Dalzell. 39-year-old Luke Fleming, a man that lived only half a mile from Dalzell when she was killed.
We have dreamed of the day we would get the news that they had caught her killer.
It was March 29th, 1999, when Dalzell didn't show up for work. Her boss was worried and called deputies. Dalzell, who was 47 at the time, was found dead in her newly purchased home. The killer had scaled a 6-foot wall, cut a hole in the screen around the porch, and broke into the home.
Suspect DNA from semen found on Deborah's body was collected during the autopsy.
That's what ultimately led detectives to Fleming 20 years later. In 2015, deputies used a new technology called phenotyping. The analysis used the DNA from semen found at the crime scene and created this sketch of what the suspect may look like. Detectives used this to review past interviews, develop new leads, and interview more people. Then in 2018, detectives were able to get what's called a genealogical report to identify familial relationships.
Suspect DNA was compared to a database of DNA profiles from volunteer participants in an effort to identify relatives of the suspect DNA and how closely they may be related.
That led detectives to Joseph Fleming, who died in 2001, and his 2 sons, Jesse and Luke.
Jesse Fleming is a convicted felon, and his DNA is in the CODIS database, which eliminated him as a contributor of the suspect DNA.
Then there's Luke, who looks very similar to the phenological sketch. After a DNA sample, detectives determined Luke as the killer.
We never gave up hope. Our hearts are filled with gratitude. We are forever grateful.
Deputies arrested Fleming in Ellington on Sunday. He's been living in St. Petersburg for the last year. Live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Jess. Deputies gave us more information about the accused killer who's been living among us undetected for nearly 20 years now. Before he moved to St. Petersburg last year, 39-year-old Luke Fleming lived in Palmetto. Deputies say he was originally from Brooklyn, New York, but moved to Sarasota in 1991. Fleming went to area schools until graduating from Riverview High School in 1997. We knocked on several doors today trying to find Fleming's family. Our search led us to a home he lived in less than a mile from the victim back in 1999. His brother answered the door but did not want to comment. Breaking news now out of Manatee County, where a Walmart store was evacuated. Our crew was there moments after law enforcement arrived because of a bomb threat at the Walmart Supercenter at Lockwood Ridge and University. Deputies sweeping the building now to see if the threat is credible, but again, everyone was evacuated from that store. This is a developing story. We'll have much more details as they come into our newsroom on our website and our app. Dead fish continue to wash ashore along many Suncoast beaches. On top of this being an environmental emergency, the population of one of the most important species on the Suncoast might have dropped significantly. So in hopes of bringing the numbers back up, the FWC is directing $1.2 million for research and production of redfish. FWC's Stock Enhancement Research Facility in Port Manatee will now have additional equipment and supplies to be able to spawn and raise more redfish to be let out into the Gulf as soon as the waters are safe to do so.
Well, at this point, we're ready to transition from a research-oriented focus to a production-oriented focus. So the money that was given to FWC will expand the production capacity by about 600% for redfish.
FWC plans on releasing the artificial restock of the popular game fish as early as next April. We have new images tonight of a distressed manatee near Lido Keep. Sarasota police say Marine Patrol officers helped Mote Marine Lab and FWC with that sick manatee, which was found near a bridge along South Boulevard of the Presidents. Now, police say they will be testing the manatee to see if it's sick because of red tide, but right now, Mote Marine Lab officials and other scientists believe that is the cause. Let's get a check now on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, we're going to have more on that red tide report, too. The midweek report has come out. You can check it out, too, on our Facebook and mysuncoast.com as well. 88 degrees right now. It's been the heat. It's hot. Heat index up near 100 to 104 degrees this afternoon. Still up there at 100, despite the fact temperature has dropped a couple degrees from the high today. West winds are at 9. That west wind, unfortunately, bringing the harmful impacts of the red tide on shore. Not much activity near the coast. A pretty big cell, though, is flared up. We've had sporadic isolated showers throughout the late afternoon and now into the evening. This getting very close to I-75, this cell in particular, and they've been moving in all different directions because of the outflow boundaries. The steering currents are not very strong at all, and so as the storms develop, they get bumped around by outflow boundaries from previous storms that are around. Tatum getting some pretty heavy rainfall now near I-75, also up near Lakewood Ranch, near University, Town Center, some rain, some lightning nearby, postponing some golf out there. So again, you should not be out there outdoors when you can hear the thunder around. In Mayaca Head, getting some rainfall there with some storms. And get a look at the picture. You can see these are moving off basically to the southwest, the outflow boundary coming out of those. Also some dropping to the south. I sensitized the radar a little bit, and they're moving in a general south direction, but they could move in any direction as those boundaries kind of interact. Scott, back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. New at 6, Venice police are looking for a man accused of stealing a Yeti cooler. Take a look at the surveillance photos. Police are calling him Mr. Steal Your Yeti. The man is accused of stealing the cooler from a local business and then driving away with it. Yeti coolers are valued up to $400. It took 8 years, but a man is now in custody for allegedly stealing a $500,000 boat in Charlotte County. Charlotte's Sun reporting Giovanni Valladares Ramirez was arrested in Texas and then brought to Charlotte County. He's accused of stealing the $550,000 boat from Punta Gorda and taking it to Cuba in 2010. A student on his way to school this morning is now fighting for his life after a Jacksonville shooting. Deputies are investigating the drive-by shooting. They say the student was shot once in the chest. He was able to make it to his bus stop, and then the bus driver drove him to a nearby fire station. He's now in critical condition, and deputies are questioning the students that were on the bus when it happened. They say 2 of them saw what happened. Tonight, the Democratic nominee in Florida's 16th congressional district race is issuing a public apology. A media outlet recently reported that David Shapiro's son, Adam, made several offensive comments on his social media accounts about 8 years ago. David Shapiro has sent a statement condemning his son's past behavior. Adam Shapiro also issuing an apology and stating that he will no longer play a role in this race. Shapiro is challenging Republican incumbent Vern Buchanan for the seat in Congress. If you'd like to read those full statements, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and look for this story. A lack of uniformity among Florida's 67 counties has led to a number of rejected vote-by-mail ballots to vary greatly across the state. And today, the American Civil Liberties Union of Florida released a new study which shows the absentee ballots of young voters and racial minorities are more likely to be rejected compared to other groups. The ACLU does not know why certain groups are rejected more often. Ballots are often flagged for missing or mismatched signatures. The ACLU report says the procedures to inform voters about rejected ballots and ways to fix them also vary from county to county.
Whether your vote counts or not should not depend on your zip code. It should not depend on the county that you live in. So we need more uniform standards.
The Florida State Association of Supervisors of Elections disputes some of the findings of that report, pointing to a 2016 federal court ruling that directs supervisors to contact people whose signatures have been rejected. before the court ruling, such a service was considered optional. Still to come tonight in your Suncoast News, we have new details on the Bradenton Riverwalk expansion and what the future of that area could look like. Plus, why a local rock legend is in the hospital tonight.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP is the largest locally owned CPAP supply company in the area. Is it time to replace your old equipment? The staff at Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP can show you the most up-to-date CPAP equipment and supplies to meet your sleep apnea needs, including portable travel devices and the SoClean automatic CPAP sanitizer. We serve all of Southwest Florida, giving the highest quality of care with the finest CPAP equipment. Please visit our website, sarasotacpap.com.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. And right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Plans are moving ahead with expanding Bradenton's Riverwalk. A first draft of the master plan is done that would extend the Riverwalk from Manatee Memorial Hospital to the east. The Realize Bradenton organization has been taking public input for several months on the project. Kimley Horn has taken all of that input and created this master plan for the Riverwalk expansion. It will include something for everyone, and like the rest of the Riverwalk, it will be family friendly.
The master plan shows the expansion of Riverwalk with a focus on passive recreation, things like walking, places to sit, gather, small gatherings. It'll be a little different in flavor from the original stretch of Riverwalk, but the same level of very high quality. We're very excited about things like public art, the history.
This will all have to go in front of the Bradenton City Council for approval before it can move ahead. It's not yet known when, though, that will happen. An update now on the beach renourishment project along Longboat Key. The town is far along in its short-term solution to beach erosion. Some of the sand has been taken from New Pass as part of the $4 million project. Commissioners are working on a long-term solution, which would be to dredge sand from Big Pass. We'll see how that works out. All right, Bob is back now with our weather, and then the red tide report, not so good this week.
Yeah, not so good midweek report. It's not the full-blown one, but we have a satellite imagery that shows the red tide from a space looking down, and the area in red that you see there in orange is higher concentrations, and that's right near Lee County, Charlotte County, and also into Sarasota County. Now, the reports are that Manatee County, it's lessening somewhat offshore, but still high concentrations have been reported in Manatee, Sarasota, Charlotte, and even into Pinellas County now as it has spread northward, and high concentrations mean a lot of fish kills. We've had some reports already in the bay, Sarasota Bay near downtown Sarasota. Some of the dead fish are rolling around and rolling into some of the canalways there. Van Way's a webcam showing calm conditions out on the waters. We've had a west coast wind, and that is allowing a lot of the warm, moist air to stay with us at the surface. It's been really hot today. Feels like temperature up near 100 to 104 degrees this afternoon. You can see the inland storms mainly right now. There's not much going on near the coast, and sea breeze kind of holding everything off right now, but that will eventually break down, and some of these will make a break toward the coast later on this evening. So we'll keep a chance at 30% for a few coastal showers through, say, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. These outflow boundaries are moving in all different directions, but the general trend has been for these showers to build slowly to the south. Now, there's not a lot of widespread rainfall over a large area because of the dry air in place in the 30 to 40,000 foot level, but this storm generating a lot of lightning now near Lakewood Ranch, spreading off toward SR 70 down south near Fruitville as well, and then near the Myakka Head, some pretty heavy rainfall there. Well, that dry air that was to the east of the state is now shifting off to the east, and so is that upper level low. Still plenty of it, though, in place over the southeast and thankfully over the Carolinas. And for us, just thinning out a bit right over the top of us. So there's just enough moisture in the atmosphere to kick off these storms. Some of those will have a tendency to work back toward the coast later on this evening. And then tomorrow, as the sea breeze develops in the early afternoon, there's a chance for a few coastal showers, but the majority of the rain will start in the central part of the state as the two breezes meet from each coast, and then they'll move off toward the west. So a better chance for some scattered showers and storms on Thursday, even more so I think on Friday, as that sea breeze will be pinned right near the coast. Now, what we're going to see is a little bit stronger east wind on Friday, Saturday and Sunday too. It's not going to be huge, but it'll be up near 10 to 15 miles an hour at times. And so that usually means a better chance for coastal showers and thunderstorms. So keep that in mind over the upcoming days. Well, in the tropics, all is quiet, thankfully. Nothing going on, nothing to track at this point. The remnants of what was Isaac continues to head off to the west toward Texas and the western portion of the Gulf of Mexico. You can see it's bringing some heavy rainfall now into the parts of the Yucatan Peninsula, stretching all the way up into the western tip of Cuba, but there's nothing organized at this point, and that's simply because of the strong shear there. You have to realize, though, that we still have a couple of months left to go, just over that, and October, typically 17% of the storms develop in the month of October, and those are concerning because a lot of those develop in the western Caribbean Sea. Temperatures currently where it's rained, it's cooled a little bit, 76 in Jacksonville. It's 85 in Myakka City, 88 in Braden, Cortez at 86. Currently at the airport, heat index at 100 degrees, and the dew point way up there at 77. The high today was 1 degree above the average. Low this morning was a few degrees above it at 77. Nationally, well, and Florence is finally heading out into the Atlantic once again, and a front of bound are going to keep things a bit cooler over the northern plain states. In fact, highs tomorrow in the 40s in North Dakota, 60s in Minneapolis, but look at the heat. Chicago warming up to 90 degrees and 92 in Kansas City. For boating tomorrow, northeast winds turn to the northwest at 5 to 10 knots, so not much wind out there, but we'll have that northeast wind throughout the morning. And the extended forecast, a little bit better chance for those scattered late day storms. We'll have partly cloudy skies throughout most of those days, and it looks as though we'll see fall arrive Saturday night, but it'll stay like summer on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week with high temperatures in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Flooding from Florence claiming the lives of millions of animals across North Carolina. More than 3 million chickens and turkeys and 5,500 hogs have been killed as rising North Carolina rivers swamped farm buildings where those animals were being raised for market. North Carolina agriculture officials issued those numbers yesterday. 16 rivers were at major flood stage, with an additional 3 forecasted to peak by tomorrow. North Carolina is among the top states in the nation in producing pork and poultry, with about 9 million hogs at any given time, 819 million chickens, and 34 million turkeys raised each year. An update now on a missing canine out of Manatee County. The sheriff's office says Boss has been found and is okay. A resident along County Road 675 in Parrish spotted Boss at around 5:45 this afternoon and called the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office says the dog ran into the woods this morning near Foxbrook Communities off 675. Boss was in the middle of his morning routine when he was distracted and took off, but again, is found and is safe tonight. A local rock legend is hospitalized in critical condition this evening. Dickie Betts suffering a head injury in an accident at home. Betts is a singer-songwriter and a founding member of the Allman Brothers Band. The 74-year-old was playing with his dog at his home in Osprey when he apparently slipped and hit his head, causing bleeding in the brain. Betts is reportedly in stable but critical condition, and brain surgery is scheduled for Friday. A local nonprofit is helping raise money for scholarships to support minority students beyond the classroom. Some Suncoast teens are learning about the importance of etiquette, appearance, and manners. It's an 8-week course, and it also includes advice on body language and self-esteem. One student says one of her mentors in high school told her about this course.
I feel like this is a good idea to be in this type of class to better my future and to improve myself in certain aspects in life.
The local Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity is having its 35th annual Black and White Ball this weekend at the Hyatt Regency Sarasota. Their mission is to raise money to support minority youth outside of the classroom through activities like this manners and etiquette course. When we come back, we're going to tell you all about a contest that will earn you a 4-year Florida prepaid scholarship. Stay with us.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs right at home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call right at home. Get the right care right at home.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Tanya, come here.
Learning the right steps. 2, 3, 4. Or making contact. It's not just about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about making a connection. It's about proving every kid and teen who enters our doors has what it takes. Great futures start here.
What's red hot and saves lives? Suncoast Blood Bank's 7th annual Red Hot fundraiser. Suncoast Blood Bank. Live here, give here, saves here. For information, visit redhottickets.org.
This is Hispanic Heritage Month, and 3 Florida students will have the opportunity to earn a 4-year Florida prepaid scholarship. The art and essay contest will be featured around the theme, a celebration of innovative Hispanic American leaders. All entries must be received no later than October 15th. Good luck. That's quite a prize.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. Some storms around Lakewood Ranch spreading off toward University Park, and looks like that activity will continue to generate some other storms near the coast. This one just broke the I-75 barrier, and it's heading slowly off to the west right now, but that's pretty heavy rainfall and a lot of lightning too.
Okay, watch for that. Thank you for joining us. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Our next news at 7 o'clock, and then again at 11.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.